Hello, my name is Jim Berry. I am the CEO and Executive Director of the La Rosa Youth Club in McKeesport, Pennsylvania.
All right. Hi, everybody. We're here with the White Oak Rotary Club. We're here to talk about a project we did this past year with the La Rosa Youth Club in McKeesport about the outfield wall we did. You want to tell us a little bit, Jimbo, about the need for the project whenever we plan to do it here?
Yes.
A little bit of background.
Yes, a little bit of the background is this field was rebuilt in 2006, and initially they had put a wooden wall in. It was made out of plywood, so the kids used it for years, but it had become so dry rotted and deteriorated over that time that it was truly a blessing that the White Oak Rotary stepped in and built this brand new beautiful wall for us. It's not only physically attractive, it just makes everything look so much better and makes the kids feel like they're playing in a professional ballpark, which is really neat.
Larry, Dan, do you guys want to touch a little bit on what we had to do, how we came from the wall we had to the wall that we have here now?
After the demolition, we had to, some of the posts were failing, they were rotted out. We had to dig holes, we had to use jackhammers and everything else, it was all stone. We finally got those in and settled. We were able to use womanized 2x4s in 3 levels here, and then attached all the cedar pickets to the womanized post. I think the total wall is 160 feet, I believe.
But it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And then someone from the
Yeah, so we were blessed. Also, additionally, we had some volunteers who actually run the baseball program here, and with the paint that you folks donated, they were able to paint the wall green to make it aesthetically pleasing and blend in with everything else we have going on here. No, the wall's also a safety feature because if you notice behind you, there's a cliff with falling rocks. So it's positioned in a place where it keeps the rocks behind everything, and it's a safety feature also.
One of the good things about this project too, this wasn't a project that we just went out, we found a local company that came in, did the demolition, and we just paid them to build it. This was all done by the volunteers of the White Oak Rotary. About how long did this take altogether to do this project?
About six, 7 days, yeah.
About 6-7 days of completely volunteer work. The whole cost of the project was probably around $8,000 in the material, which, as everybody knows, half of that comes back from the Rotary Foundation. The other half was raised through sponsorship signs that are going to be on the wall at the start of the season. If we were to probably bring a company in that would have did this, that cost probably would have easily been double, if not more, once you factor in somebody's time to plan it, do all the work, and actually get the wall completely finished.
So Jim, how would you say the White Oak Rotary has blessed the La Rosa Youth Club and the community?
Yeah, so we're totally blessed in our relationship with the White Oak Rotary on this and many other projects. This wall specifically, it gives us again an opportunity for kids to play in a first-class environment, and that's what we try to provide here. A lot of the kids in our community come from impoverished homes, and we're an impoverished community, so for them to play in a first-class facility, that's what we look for in any experience we offer our young people.
Nice. Any other thoughts or comments, guys?
Cover everything pretty good?
I do have a comment. It was amazing watching the transformation from the deconstruction of the old wall, the demolition of that, to the rebuilding of the new wall. It literally happened over a week, and to watch it day by day progress was really, truly amazing. And it was all done with volunteer workers from White Oak Rotary.
First of all, this project was brought to us by a new member of our club. We brought in a new member to our club, Ron Lucas, last year, and in conversations with Ron over a period of time, he's the one that brought this project to us. And we owe him a real debt of gratitude for the follow-through that he did during the course of the project. Second thing is that this, I've been down to the Dream Green when the veterans were actually putting. And it's so heartwarming to see that these people in wheelchairs and with artificial limbs are having such a great time. They're laughing, they're joking, they're kidding each other, and every one of them has different personal disabilities that they're dealing with. But this is making a huge difference in their life. And this would have not happened if it hadn't been for a district grant from District 7305. And I'd like to thank the district for this grant.
We have some questions for him and some little comments that from the actual people that are using it that it means so much for. So, all right. Well, thank you for coming, and we'll continue on.
I just want to thank Bob and Johnny and the Turtle Creek Rotary for all your support and for getting us to complete the golf green, the Dream Green. I can't thank you guys enough. And Gordon. Gordon also made a donation. He donated a lot of his hours of time and his crew. And thank you, Ron.
As always, man.
Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Take care. Mark Ellis, he's one of my Veterans Golf Committee chairman, and he has now been gracious enough to come and give us some of his input on the Dream Green. There you go.
All right, I'm going to ask Mark his first question. I have 3 questions for Mark on the putting green. How has the Dream Putting Green helped you to deal with any of your life challenges?
Well, the thing is, I never thought a person being in a wheelchair could golf until I met with Ron, and we put that putting green up there. Now it's like I'm having a fantastic time. I know I can prove something to myself, and people can't get negative and say, you can't do it because you're handicapped. It can be done.
I've never seen Mark so happy his entire life. So.
Yes.
Question number 2. How do you feel when you first enter the Dream Putting Green to participate in the team events?
Good. When we go up there for our team event up there, it's competition. It's the competition. You got to see, as Ron says, I don't want to be a loser. I'm not a loser. Our teams aren't losers. These veterans aren't losers. They're winners when we go up there.
On to question number 3. What has this putting green meant to you and the other veterans participating?
The veterans here at Southwest Veterans Center, or any veterans that are in wheelchairs, they can golf. No matter where we're at, we can golf. A lot of people don't think they'll see us in a wheelchair. You guys can't golf, but we can golf. I want to thank you guys for building it up for us. Because
Our pleasure. Thank you.
You're our heroes. We're not the heroes. You're the heroes.
Mark, we would definitely like to thank you for participating. I mean, this means so much to us to be able to give back to our veterans like yourself.
I want to thank Ron for getting us doing this, because he's always on my case if I don't do good.
Our next veteran, Southwest veteran resident, his name is Don Cargill. He is our resident artist. Turn it over to Chris.
Okay, Don, we're going to start you off here. How has the Dream Putting Green helped you to deal with any of your life challenges?
Well, it makes me want to help out other veterans. Plus, it's a challenge to go out there and play against other people. It's a good game. Everybody has fun, no arguments, everybody has a great time with it.
What are the reasons that you participate in the Dream Putting Green programs?
Well, like I said, it's a challenge to be out there playing with other people and having a good time. Plus, you have competition of different games. And I enjoy doing the paintings to help support this.
Yes, you did support your Dream Green through your paintings.
Donation to the Turtle Creek Rotary from Don.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Thank you guys for everything you do for
Bob. Now we got to do thumbs up.
me.
This is the thumbs up photo. Excellent. All right.
Don, thank you so very much.
That one you have in the white frame,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the line,
That's beautiful.
yes, that is absolutely
that
gorgeous.
took 100 hours.
100 hours.
Yep, I started that right after Christmas.
Here we are with our third resident of the Southwest Veterans Center, our very, very, very special girl, Miss Rosemary Hoover.
All right.
Okay. Has this experience helped the veterans socially?
Well, yes, it has, because you do get to meet everybody, some from here and someone from a little distance away.
Do you enjoy playing golf?
Yeah, I guess that's probably, you get out, I'll tell you about golf. You get out in the most beautiful weather and you have the nicest surroundings.
The Carnegie Collier Rotary Club.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart-to-heart you. You sing to one smile that cheers you, one face that lights when it nears you, one girl you're everything to. Fame, if you win it, comes and goes in a minute. Where's the real stuff in life to cling to? Love is the answer. Someone to love is the answer. Once you've found her, build your world around her. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy, and you will be happy too.
Hi, we're here with the White Oak Rotary to talk about a shed project that we did with the LaRosa Youth Club in 2018 to provide a storage shed for their facility. If you want to tell us a little bit, Jim, about what brought on the need for this shed and how it's able to help you guys and bless what you do down here.
Yeah, as a relatively new organization, this shed was a blessing for us from the White Oak Rotary because we do all the maintenance on our facilities ourselves. So everything from the grass cutting to taking care of the field to reseeding to weeding, all that we do in-house. But we didn't have any place to store everything that we use, all our equipment. And with the White Oak Rotaries providing this shed for us, it enables us to sustain on a property and beautify it on a regular basis.
And probably add a little bit more storage to just the general operations.
Yeah.
Which you do the kids' seasonal.
We keep all our seasonal sports equipment out here also, and then we also store some things like additional Christmas gifts and things that we get donated throughout the year. One thing not good about our building is it built in 1957, and as most things that were built in those days, it totally lacks storage.
It was something we were able to do with the help of the Rotary Foundation. We partnered with a local company that built the shed to our exact specs that we wanted to, with multiple shelving, that actually delivered it, brought it out, and set it exactly where it's sitting now. All we had to do was provide the stone, provide the ramp right up to go in, and they were all set to go.
Housed in here is all our lawn equipment, all our fuel, all our the tractor itself, rake, shovels, and anything we need to do to maintain the property.
Okay, so this is one of the beds from Rotary Club of Clapton, England. One of the beds. Start receiving the things now. Rotary Club of Clapton. Okay, we have, how many babies do we have on admission downstairs?
3 presently. We had 7 yesterday. So
You had 7. How many do you have?
we had
Sorry,
7.
you are
No, some other.
Nosomodara.
Yeah, so we had 7 babies yesterday. So
Wow.
4 were discharged home.
So quick.
No, they stayed. Some stayed for 7 days.
Okay. So you have 7, now remaining 3 of them.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. They are so peaceful.
We are
They are so peaceful. So are you enjoying working here?
I'm really enjoying it. It's really beautiful.
Okay.
Everyone was just coming to check. Oh, your building is so fine. They've been commenting about the building. It's such a beautiful thing. Thank you so much. We are really grateful. And our babies are saying thank you to it.
Okay. So how is the madam? Do you mind? I just want to ask you a simple question. How are you enjoying this room?
I'm enjoying it though. It's perfectly okay. It's nice. And thank you for everything. We enjoyed it.
I'm coming close to you. How are you enjoying this room?
It's comfortable.
And you can sleep very well. Have lovely dreams. And I would like to ask you, how about the children, your babies? How are you enjoying the world?
In fact, I don't know government can do it. If it's the government, but
It's not the government.
Oh.
It's called Rotary International.
Oh, in fact, I know.
Not the government that did
the
this.
difference is clear, very, very clear, and it's perfect, just perfect.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. We really appreciate what you have done here. So marvelous. We are working under a good condition. Our babies are getting better. The doctors are working in good condition. In fact, it's as if we are in mini London. Everything is in place.
Oh, you are in London. You can say that again.
As if we are in UK. Everything is working perfectly. All the incubators are working. Phototherapy machine, the oxygen, everything is just in place. So we don't have any tension that the baby is coming from emergency. So we are always on ground for them. And thank God, everybody. We have never had any losses here. Even the one that said, this is a terrible cases. It's so terrible, it's so horrible. Babies are going out now.
Wow.
So we are very happy and
one.
contented. In fact, kudos to Golden Mother. God will enrich you. In the name of Jesus. So,
well, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Omar. I'm doctor in charge of pediatric department in other words. We really appreciate the Omole Golden Rotary Department Club.
No, Rotary International.
Oh, Rotary International. Okay. For their efforts towards making sure that this place has actually been operated, and we have just started work here for over a month now. But we're having good results because of the equipment we're having now, equipment on ground, the oxygen, the phototherapy machines.
Rotary Foundation.
Thank you, Rotary Foundation. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today. My name is Leslie Grenfell, and I am the Executive Director of the Southwestern Pennsylvania Area Agency on Aging. Our agency is very grateful to the 8 Rotary Clubs for their combined donation in the amount of $10,000, which was used to purchase winter emergency meals for seniors residing in the Mon Valley communities of Fayette and Washington counties. Prior to the onset of inclement weather, these shelf-stable emergency meals were delivered to 452 older adults who might not have received food during winter weather when our volunteer drivers were unable to navigate hazardous road conditions. This incredible donation came at just the right time, as older residents were still managing challenges associated with the COVID-19 pandemic, and the roads were covered with snow and ice. The emergency funded meals through this campaign made sure that seniors did not go hungry as the snow was falling. Food insecurity is very prevalent in our communities and happens everywhere. So we are especially appreciative that the 8 Rotary clubs were able to work together to address this critical need. Thank you all again for your generosity.
From the White Oak Rotary, and I am here with Mayor Ina Martin, who is going to give us a little bit of insight on our patio project that we were able to accomplish in conjunction with a grant from the foundation. Take it away, Ina.
Thank you. My name is Mayor Ina Martin. I've been mayor in White Oak for 18 years. I was the founder and built the animal shelter back in 2003. Very happy that we were able to adopt at least 16,000 or more animals to help their forever home. The shelter is doing well. It is now, I retired in 2018 and is now turned over to Laura Massey, who is now the president, is doing a really fine job, she and her staff. And I'm very happy to turn that over to her. The patio, which I, okay, you can fix it. I am also a I'm also a charter member for the White Oak Rotary, and very happy to be a Rotarian. Because of that, we were able to, other Rotarians come down, at least 5 or 6 men, maybe 8 men, come down and build a catio for us. It's called a catio because it's a cats, just for cats. It's like a gazebo for humans. The catio is a great place for these kittens and cats. They can go out here and enjoy the sunshine, hear the birds, and they also have a storage office for us to go back, which is what we really need. So I'm really happy about the men that came down. They actually gave out their time day after day in the hot sun for summer.
Quite a few weeks.
Yes. And they probably gave up some of their money too, but their time, it's wonderful that they came down and helped us build the catio. So I'm happy with this little building.
And most importantly, the cats love it.
They love it.
Here's that little guy. He's a good dog. Yeah.
My name's Larry Emoff, White Oak Rotary. A little bit about the design of the building. It has a high ceiling with these large windows, and the design of the windows is to bring the outside in for the cats. So there's butterflies on the bushes or whatever. They're going to be able to see that and act that way. The shelving is wrapped around all through both windows. Its purpose is for the cats to sit there and be able to experience the outside. This window with the angle was to make a better appearance from the outside. From you're looking at the building, it's more aesthetically better looking than just a square window, and it gives you a lot more view.
And initially, these windows weren't part of the design.
No, they were
that
not.
was your idea.
Yeah.
What a nice idea of bringing the outside in for the cats. And I come down here often, and the cats are always out here. They love it.
Yeah. David came up. He found this screening. It's special for cats. They can't shred it. They can't. It won't rust. So it's not
Perfect.
metal, and it's. I guess it's. Safe for the cats, even if they did climb
And it's
on
going to
it,
be
it's
long
safe.
lasting, like you said, they can't scratch through it because we know cats love to scratch screens.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was a great idea.
The walls are all plastered. The flooring is all vinyl flooring.
And this wall wasn't here originally. This was what, one big room, and then you guys put the door in there so they have extra storage.
Right, that's for food and whatever. But the entire building is 24 by 10 with that pitched roof. But it was fun to do, and building a project like this means a lot to the members of Rotary that are involved. We do a lot of conversations about life, and it gets each of us to know each other better, and brings us a lot closer.
Absolutely, because it was definitely a group effort. You guys were here for how long? Did it take you from
this
start
one-
to finish?
This one probably took 3 weeks.
I was going to say it was quite an effort,
Yeah, it was a lot.
and all the labor was the White Oak Rotarians.
Yes, all the labor was White Oak. We did a little bit of excavation. Couldn't do much because of the hillside. They didn't want that disturbed, but the entire base of the building is 6x6s with 2x10s and 2x8 joists. So it's very strong, very well built, and we were able to leave it freestanding and break into this building, which is a modular, and we were successful at doing that, shedding the water onto the existing roof of the old building.
Very nice flow,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
So you have the little pet door down the bottom, so they can go back inside.
if it gets cold out here, that's their access back in or out. Yeah.
I know there's some kitties hiding around here just watching our video.
Yeah.
And
They didn't want to be part of it.
the old building, that was pretty much just like a patio covered in screen, more or less. That it just fell into disrepair.
Well, the structure here is a lot stronger than what we tore out. We did have to demo the building that was here.
The demo took what, about 4 or 5 days?
No, the demo
No?
was about maybe 10 hours, 12 hours. That's all. So we
That's
just
all. That's all he says. 10 hours.
Just basically pulled it over.
It's
But
still-
a lot of issues were with the ground underneath, because it was so wet, because it's all mountain coming down into this building, and the mud and the feces, but from the
Yeah.
old. So we had to lay a fabric down over that and stone to be able to work here.
Well, the community sure was blessed with not only the White Oak Rotary, but the knowledge that you guys have to be able to do a project like this. Hi, kitty. Look at this kitty loving his outside catio. Yeah, the knowledge that you, your group really have to be able to start to finish something like that was wonderful. And the cats sure appreciate it.
All of us that do this, we get a big paycheck at the end. It's all here.
It's all in our heart.
That's where it counts.
Come here, little mommy.
But it was fun to do. Not something we're all of us that are working here a little older, and picking shovels are getting old.
You just put your heart and soul into this project, that's for sure, and it shows. It's a beautiful asset to the animal shelter as well as the community and the cats that love it. He's up for adoption. Anybody who wants a nice little black kitty, he's up for adoption.
He's a pretty one.
Friendly.
Yeah, pretty eyes. Who has eyes? Jesus.
All right.
All right, that's a. We are now here with Laura Massey, who is the current director of the White Oak Animal Shelter. How are you today, Laura?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm
no,
good.
that's fine. Like honestly.
So tell us a
16
little
years
bit
ago, that
about
was the standard.
how the White Oak Rotary
So,
blessed
like,
your life.
it's really like.
So the White Oak Rotary had reached out to us about building a new patio in the back for the cats here at the shelter. We have about 40 cats that we house in our back room, and the catio is important to them. They enjoy spending time on it, especially in the summer. And we had the White Oak Rotary come in and tear down our old catio that was very old, and build a new one for these guys.
And with that one, you had to put the cats in and out, right?
Correct. So that one, we didn't have a door like you guys have built for them, and they can come and go in and out as they please. So every day we had to open up a window to let them out in the morning, get them all to come in every night, and then shut the window just for safety cautions. But now they can come and go as they please, and they love it.
Love it.
Yes.
And to begin the project, White Oak Rotary partnered with you also to do a Fido walk.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So in November, we teamed with the White Oak Rotary to do a dog Fido walk. It wasn't a great weather day.
It wasn't. It was chilly. It was raining.
It was rainy. But we had a lot of people from the community. A lot of the White Oak
really came out.
A lot of the White Oak Rotary people came out with their friends and family. We had friends and family of the shelter come out and support us. People that previously had adopted animals from us. And it was a very successful day.
It was a fun day too.
It was
a
fun.
very family fun event, and the Rotary was able to raise the funds that we needed to contribute for the project, in addition to what the foundation granted us to help out these kitties and puppies.
We had lots of raffle baskets, 50-50, a lot of our animals there. Everybody else brought their animals, and we walked through the streets of White Oak.
My dogs loved it.
We enjoyed having you.
All right. Well, thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you guys,
your
and thank you White Oak Rotary.
Blessed by Rotary today.
Hello everyone, my name is Courtney Geary. I'm a current Global Grant Scholar from Somerset, Pennsylvania, studying at the University of Edinburgh in Scotland. And I'm going to just tell you a little bit about my experience, how I found the Global Grant, and as well as general advice for people who are interested in applying. So a little bit about me. I'm from Somerset, Pennsylvania, which is just a little town about an hour and a half southwest of Pittsburgh. I graduated from Somerset High School, grew up there, and then afterwards I went to the University of Alabama, where I got a degree in Global Inequality Studies and Arabic language. So of course, you can see from my degree, very internationally oriented. And for me, the logical next step was to go overseas and actually, gain some learning experience from living outside of the United States. So I applied for a Fulbright grant my senior year of university, which I was thankful enough to receive. And that gave me the opportunity to move to Amman, Jordan, where I was from between 2019 and 2022. There in Jordan, I worked as an English teacher and as a researcher, and I became very interested in refugee integration and refugee integration policies. So if you know anything about Jordan, it's been very significantly affected by refugee movements in the Middle East. Between 2010 and 2020, its population increased by about 10% just from Syrian refugee movements. So that gives you a sense of how large the scale of displacement is in Jordan. And while I was there, I really began to question, what policies are most effective to adequately integrate refugees when they arrive into a developing country. Jordan has a lot of economic issues to begin with. How can a country like Jordan, which is resource scarce, adequately and effectively integrate refugees so that in the long term, there's better social cohesion and less risk of conflict occurring within Jordan itself, spillover conflict, or community and nationality tensions within the country. So became very interested in this, and I knew I needed to go to get a master's degree to do the kind of work that I wanted to do. So that's how I ended up finding the Rotary Global Grant Scholarship. Now, that's a bit of an inaccuracy. I did not find the scholarship. The scholarship actually found me. So a member of my local Rotary Club, after I got Fulbright, reached out to my mom actually about the Global Grant Scholarship. So as I said, I'm from a small town, so it's very easy to find people. They saw the last name, they knew, oh, that's who, Gary, that must be Lois's daughter. So they messaged my mom and said, hey, we have a large scholarship available for master's students. The only caveat is Courtney would have to study outside of the United States, which is something that I was already looking into doing and very eager to do. I really wanted to get a more internationally oriented education. So I began this process. It started with a couple of initial emails back and forth with my local club, who put me into contact with Steve at the district, and talking about, what the general process would look like. I think when I first started talking to Steve about it, I was a little bit too late to start that process for the upcoming academic year. So I decided we'll wait a year and then really make sure that I'm able to put in a strong application. So after that, I started working on my application, connecting, what my interests are, especially in community cohesion and peace building, to Rotary's areas of focus, of which, the one I'm working on is peace building. After that, I had my interview. And then the longest process was finding a host club in Scotland to match and serve as my host. But after we were able to do that, and I was matched with the Rotary Club of Musselburgh, which is where I'm based. After that, we submitted the application to the foundation that my home club and my host club worked on together, and then finally got the approval. So my key advice, throughout this process is, for anyone who's interested, start early. Start with emailing your Rotary Club a year before you want to perhaps go do your master's degree, just so you make sure you have the time to put everything together, that you're not stressed, you're not worried, oh man, am I gonna get the approval in time for the program? Start early. And then for any Rotary Club members who are wondering, how can we get people interested in this? My biggest advice is reach out to people. If you're reading your local newspaper and you see someone from your town got a Fulbright scholarship or is doing something really internationally oriented, don't be afraid to call up their mom and say, hey, we have a scholarship. If you want to put us into contact with Courtney, we would love to talk to her. Because if my local club had not reached out to me, I don't think I would have known. So, this is the fortunates of growing up in a small town. People are easily connected to each other. But absolutely, keep your eye open for people who might be interested and reach out to them. Don't be shy. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm doing now. As I mentioned, my area of focus is in peace building. I'm currently studying international development at the University of Edinburgh. And like I said, my primary interest is in refugee integration into host communities. How can we improve social cohesion? So my upcoming plans are to, first of all, do my dissertation. And I've been fortunate enough that the United Nations High Commission for Refugees is going to sponsor my dissertation. I'm going to work with the UNHCR. Um, so I'm looking at financial inclusion of refugees in North African countries. So I'm expanding beyond Jordan to North Africa, which I'm really excited to do to get a broader context, more globalized understanding of what this idea of refugee integration and inclusion can look like. I'm hoping to graduate in 2023 with a distinction. So far, I'm on track to get a distinction, which is like, honors, I suppose, in the UK lingo. And then after that, my long-term plans are to get a PhD in international development or peace studies and to work specifically in policy research to see what kind of policies can be implemented by governments in developing countries that will facilitate integration of refugees without potentially disrupting the existing economy or, making things more difficult for members of the host community. This is always, the biggest question is, okay, we want to make sure that we're respecting our citizens while also integrating refugees. And I really believe that this is possible, that it's possible to do both. So this is what I hope to do and contribute to just a more peaceful world where everyone is protected and, there's just greater cohesion between people. So thank you so much. Again, I'm so thankful for the opportunity to have the global grant, to be here studying in Edinburgh. And I'm eager to answer any questions you may have, just direct them my way. Thank you all again and have a wonderful rest of your day.